Imagine walking into an entire town. Every house is still standing. The tools are still there. The food is gone. The people, gone. Not one body, not one sign of a fight, not even a drop of blood. Just one word, Croatoan. To this day, nobody knows exactly what happened. Hundreds of years later, this is still considered one of history's greatest mysteries. The year is 1590. England wants to build its first permanent colony in the New World. The location? An island off the coast of what is now North Carolina. Everything seems perfect. Rich land, fresh water nearby, endless forests. The future looks bright. Well, it doesn't exactly go according to plan. Actually, it goes so horribly wrong that people are still arguing about it more than 400 years later. Because when help finally arrives, everyone has vanished. Let's rewind a little. England is competing with Spain. Spain already controls huge parts of the Americas. England doesn't want to be left behind. So they send settlers across the Atlantic Ocean. Around 115 men, women, and children. Not soldiers, families, blacksmiths, builders, farmers, even children. They aren't going there to explore. They're going there to stay forever. Which sounds exciting. Until you remember they're crossing one of the world's most dangerous oceans in a wooden ship. No GPS, no engines, just wind and hope. After weeks at sea, they finally arrive. This tiny settlement will become known as Roanoke. One man is placed in charge, Governor John White. He's respected, organized, and unlike many leaders of the time, he actually seems to care about the people living there, which is always a nice bonus. Soon after arriving, something incredible happens. John White's daughter gives birth. Her baby's name is Virginia Dare. She becomes the first English child born in North America. It's a symbol of hope, a sign that this colony might actually survive, if only history agreed. Life is much harder than anyone expected. Food is running low. Supplies disappear quickly. The settlers don't know the land. Relations with some local tribes become tense. Winter is coming. And that's never good. Whether you're in medieval Europe or starring in Game of Thrones, the colony desperately needs more supplies. Only one person can get them, John White. White sails back to England. The plan is simple. Get supplies, return within a few months. Easy. Except, Europe decides to start another war. England is preparing for the Spanish Armada. Every available ship is needed. Nobody is sailing back to Roanoke. White waits. Months become years. Years become 3 full years. Imagine leaving your family for a quick shopping trip and coming back 3 years later. That's basically what happened. Finally, in August 1590, John White returns. He's excited. His family is waiting. His granddaughter is now 3 years old. Or at least, she should be. The ship anchors. The crew steps onto the island. Something feels wrong. It's silent. Too silent. No smoke, no voices, no children playing, no animals, nothing. The settlement is empty. Every house has been abandoned. But here's the strange part. There are no signs of violence, no burned buildings, no skeletons, no weapons lying around, no mass graves. It's almost as if everyone simply stood up and walked away, together, without leaving an explanation. Well, almost. Because someone left one clue, just one, carved into a wooden post. One single word, Croatoan. And that's where the mystery truly begins. The word Croatoan. 8 letters. One of history's biggest clues, or one of history's biggest distractions. But what does it actually mean? At the time, Croatoan was the name of a nearby island. It was also home to a Native American tribe that had friendly relations with some of the English settlers. Before leaving for England, John White had made a plan with the colony. If they ever had to leave, they should carve their destination into wood. And if they were forced to leave because of danger, they should carve a cross next to it. There was no cross, which suggested something surprising. Maybe they hadn't been attacked at all. Maybe they had chosen to leave. The first theory is surprisingly simple. The settlers joined the Croatoan tribe. Think about it. The colony had almost no food, no fresh supplies, no way to survive another winter alone. The nearby tribe knew the land. They knew how to hunt, how to fish, how to grow crops. Joining them may have been the smartest decision they could make. Over the years, European explorers reported seeing Native Americans with gray eyes, English-style houses, and even people who could speak a few English words. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe the lost colony was never really lost. It simply became part of another culture. But not everyone agrees. Some historians believe the colony never got the chance to leave peacefully. Relations with neighboring tribes had become tense. Food was scarce. Trust was disappearing. Conflict wasn't impossible. If an attack happened, bodies could have been buried. Wooden buildings could decay. Nature has a habit of cleaning up after itself. After 400 years, the evidence would be almost impossible to find. It's frustrating. History's greatest mysteries rarely come with security camera footage. Then comes perhaps the darkest possibility. Starvation, disease, desperation. Imagine running out of food. No ships arriving, no rescue, no medicine. Every day becoming harder than the last. Some historians believe the settlers split into smaller groups, hoping to improve their chances. Some may have survived, others may not have. Over time, they simply disappeared into history. For centuries, people have searched for answers. Archaeologists have dug through forests, excavated old settlements, studied maps, analyzed tiny fragments of pottery, rusty tools, broken weapons, even microscopic soil samples. Every few years, a new discovery makes headlines. This could finally solve the mystery. And every few years, the mystery survives. It's almost like history enjoys trolling us. Today, most historians believe the settlers probably weren't wiped out overnight. Instead, the strongest evidence suggests they slowly integrated with nearby Native American communities. Not because they wanted adventure, because they wanted to survive. It wasn't glorious, it wasn't dramatic, it was simply the only realistic option. But here's the problem. No one can prove it. Not completely. And until someone does, the Lost Colony of Roanoke remains exactly what it's always been. A mystery. Imagine being John White. You leave to save your family. You spend 3 years trying to return. Every single day wondering if they're alive. Then, you finally arrive. You step onto the shore. You walk through empty streets, open empty homes, call out their names. Silence. The only thing waiting for you is one word carved into wood. Croatoan. 400 years later, that single word still refuses to give up its secret. Maybe one day, archaeologists will uncover the missing piece. Maybe they won't. Until then, the lost colony remains history's greatest mystery. If you enjoyed uncovering one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries, subscribe, because history isn't just about what we know. Sometimes, it's about what we never will.